So we take our primary red, and we take our primary blue, and we mix it. Oh hey, didn't see you there. My name is Bob Ross, and welcome to the Joy of Painting. For today's show, we have a special product that brings on a new take on painting. Introducing Chameleo, a world of color at your fingertips. Let's learn more about it. Imagine you see a color on the road that you want to replicate with paint. Maybe it's a nice color of a shirt, or a beautiful landscape, or a planned graphic design. You come home, excited and inspired to make the shade, but you can't seem to get it just right. Or perhaps you found that perfect color, but you use it all up, and you're struggling to recreate it.
As a team of creatives, we knew that we wanted to design a solution for artists, and we heard from dozens who found themselves in these situations. 86% of people polled reported not being able to mix a color with ease, and we found that mixing up that perfect shade could take an average of 7.5 minutes. For a painting with dozens of colors, that time really starts to add up. For example, Nina, a painting hobbyist of 65 years, described that she had been fussing with the color of the eyes of a baby in a painting for several days trying to get it right, and she still couldn't get it and was at a total standstill. So we knew that there was a problem, and there was literally no solution on the market. The only thing closest was like those industrial automatic paint mixers that you might find at a home improvement store, like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, where the smallest amount of paint you can get is a quart, and they're really not designed for consumers. So we knew that we wanted to center the users in whatever we designed. In particular, our primary stakeholders are intermediate and professional artists who described that they could benefit from saving time mixing paint, and they desire tools to enhance their creative process. Through our market research, we found that there were other groups who could also benefit from a solution to this problem, as it lowered the barrier to entry to color mixing. Groups such as beginner artists, classroom and studio spaces, mural restoration artists, and colorblind artists. We talked with our stakeholders and found that there were 6 criteria by which they would judge our solution. That being speed, color accuracy, dispensing accuracy, portability, convenience, and cost. Based on these criteria, and with constant input from our stakeholders, we designed and iterated our solution, the Chameleo.
Chameleo is a paint dispensing tool that improves the color mixing and matching process by being accurate, efficient, and user-friendly. It does so by automatically dispensing ratios of primary colors of paint that, when mixed together, achieve the desired color. Let's break down how it works. Chameleo has 3 parts: the user interface, dispensing mechanism, and housing that holds it all together. Let's start with the user interface, which users interact with through an LCD touchscreen display driven by Raspberry Pi. You'll start by inputting what we call the target color. There are 3 ways to do this. One is a color gradient, entering your own RGB code, or picking something from our popular library. Now let's go into our color library. Through tons of experimental testing, we populated our library with carefully formulated colors. We currently have over 200 unique colors and plan to expand that much further to cover even more range. When a target color is selected in Chameleo, it returns the 3 closest colors from the library for the user to choose from. From there, you select the desired volume of paint. Once you're done, our dispensing mechanism kicks in. Our mechanism is made of 5 high-precision pumps. Each pump is linearly actuated by a step motor at the top connected to a lead screw, which, as it spins, moves the slider up or down. The slider is connected to the plunger of the syringe, so as the motor spins, the plunger of the syringe is pushed and paint is dispensed. The system is controlled by an Arduino and motor driving modules. Within 15 seconds, paint dispenses onto our custom acrylic palette, which comes with Chameleo. From there, all the user has to do is mix it up and voila, they're ready to go.
The last piece of the puzzle is the housing that holds Chameleo together. The housing can be broken down into 5 parts: the lid, touchscreen, syringe tray, nozzle tray, and palette base. This lid is designed to hold the syringe modules in place and damp the motors. The syringe tray aligns the 5 pumps in a circular formation, and the nozzle tray provides further support and alignment. The stand not only structurally supports Chameleo, but also incorporates a pass-through design to allow easier user handling and interfacing with our custom palette. Overall, the housing was designed to be modular to maximize accessibility to internal components and allow for a toolless assembly and refilling of cartridges. Upkeep of Chameleo is super easy. To prevent the paint drying in the nozzles, Chameleo comes with plastic caps, a solution that was validated through several month-long tests of capping options. Chameleo also alerts the user through the UI when a paint in a cartridge is low, at that point the user can replace the cartridge with no need for tools or fasteners. These pre-made cartridges are sold separately to ensure that they're mess-free and eliminate the possibility of air bubbles in the cartridge, which reduces overall accuracy significantly. Our prototype currently uses Liquitex paint, but we envision our system being compatible with multiple brands and differing base colors. Chameleo would simply be calibrated correspondingly. Now that was a full breakdown of Chameleo, but how did we make sure it actually works?
We wanted Chameleo to be high performance, so that meant making sure it met two main criteria: precision and accuracy. Precision for user repeatability and accuracy for great color matching capabilities with respect to our RYB populated library. For precision, we ran an extensive test campaign to determine the minimum volume of paint that Chameleo could dispense while still maintaining very high precision. This was done by dispensing specific volumes of paint and measuring its mass. We found that we were able to go down to 1/8 of a milliliter with negligible deviations, which meant that Chameleo is highly precise when dispensing low and high volumes. For accuracy, we chose multiple colors to replicate from our populated library of over 200 unique colors. Chameleo dispensed the correct ratios of paint, and we mixed them together to mimic the user flow. Once that was dried, we scanned it and we compared it to its RGB values to a target. After looking at our results, we found that we were able to tune our system to be within accuracy bounds for all 3 RGB color channels. Yet, despite that, we are still continuing to further optimize Chameleo to make sure that each and every color is as accurate as possible.
Thanks so much for your time and consideration. We'd like to extend a special thank you to our advisors Graham Wabashewski, Jenna Shanis, and Sophie Bowe.